Of course, we're only in the first quarter. This guy's already thrown one pick. He should have thrown his second right there.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man to the left. And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance. The Longhorns didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking for a crease to the left. There he goes! Just steamrolling the defense. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great, and as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep, good coverage.
Dropping back, it's Simpson. Looking to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Rifles it down the middle. Pick off to stop the threat. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quickly to the tight end. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Texas! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 75 yards to house it. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking to pass, it's Simpson. Makes the catch, it's Bernard. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Miller with the ball. Gets it past the marker. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. He might want another play. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Complete out of the backfield. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Right down the boulevard, it's good. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Manning. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Handoff from the gun. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Looking downfield very late in the half. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. No, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. The Longhorns will boot away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Got a man, it's Horton. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle.
Converts on 4th down, still going. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. The screen, he can go. At the 40, there he goes. It's a seam wide open. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's going for the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! Follow the blockage. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And with the extra point, they cut it to a 14-13 game. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Looking to throw, it's Manning. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Offense set on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
He'll take the deep shot. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down.
Great job by the defense not falling asleep on that play. Like, you're right there in that fringe area, this part of the field where offenses will get a little bit aggressive and try to throw the football because they kind of think the field's shrinking, it's harder to run. Nice job staying on it, staying disciplined, and executing by this defense.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Going for the marker on the ground. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to...
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of one to the 35.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Makes the grab. It's Williams. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
The chains will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through three. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking for a man, it's Simpson. Using his legs to buy some time. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
Second down, he'll throw it. Rush is on him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
Quickly complete. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. And they've regained the lead.
And I think I like the call, man. You got an opportunity to take the lead in the 4th quarter. Go for the kick. He executes it perfectly. Defense, now it's your turn. We got the lead. We got to get a stop.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far. Turning it on! Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Under fire! Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Scanning the field, it's Manning. Fires to the tight end. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his tight end. On the move at the 30. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Fires to the big fella. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. He caught it. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just gravy.
16.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And here's the thing, the strategy. You want to run the ball because, yes, you want to score and you want to win, but you don't want to leave a lot of time left on the clock for their offense to get another opportunity. So that's a bit of the gamesmanship going on right now. And I think you're seeing that with their offensive coordinator and his choice in play call.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Snagged in the middle. It's Adams. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
If he can make this one, the lead will be 3. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a late touchdown in the final minute that is likely the game winner here. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's taking a deep shot. Makes the grab on the left side. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Finds the tight end. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
It's complete! Touchdown, Texas! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Well, and the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring the touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
And he makes the catch. It's a deuce. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the clutch late score that almost certainly will be the game winner. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass. It's Simpson. That's caught. It's Williams. Timeout call by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Horton. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. To the air on 1st down. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. The Tide with the 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Breaks into the open. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. To the air, it's Simpson. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown Tide! They move on top here in the 4th.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.